Hi guys, there's a user on Discord asking some questions about ALCI and how to build it. So the ALCI.online is a project that's his start, double click. That's about mixing ArcoLinux, and this is ArcoLinux, I have it right now in VirtualBox, and some Calamares together. So we're booting up with something else than ArcoLinux or something else than an ALCI SSD. So it's a clean environment, very pure still, no Bluetooth, no printers, nothing really. And we're putting inside Wonderland, so the tiling window manager that's gonna be newly released. And it's still very bare. Topic of the video is, can we build ALCI ISO? And yes, I'll use the VirtualBox to do that. So I don't know if well, that's the first thing. Can we make this bigger? No, because I never installed sudo-x keybmap. I never installed -pseudo-pacman -su or xvt or rxvt. Term info, no. urxvt. Resize font. So if I want to resize inside urxvt, I need to install something. And I'm not sure if it immediately kicks in, but I guess not. So when I quit this thing, maybe it will do it now. Which button combo was it again? Ah, that's the combo. Ctrl+Shift+. So I need to go to Firefox. Is Firefox available? Do I have Firefox? Ctrl+Shift+D is not there, not yet installed. Okay, fine. sudo-pacman -s, the D menu is not installed. Super-Shift-D. Okay, Firefox. No, not yet installed. sudo-pacman -s Firefox. So if you are on a different machine, ArcoLinux, Garuda, EndeavourOS, KOS, anything ArcoLinux based, as long as it's not Manjaro, then you'll probably be able to build this particular thing. So Ctrl-Alt-F, and we go to ALCI.online. Procedure. What's the procedure? Have a look at the procedure, install keys, and build the ISO, test the ISO. Okay. GitHub. Well, maybe home first. Take a look at all the articles. They start with 1 and they go up and go up, and they become gradually more complex or technical, or BTRFS or Linux LTS, Linux Zen. They talk about different things. At some point in time, you want to try this out. You get the building code from GitHub. That's one link. Or you just copy paste down here. Ctrl-C. Gonna go for an XFCE. And in here, open a terminal. If Alacrity is installed, sudo-pacman -s Alacrity. That was installed. So sudo-pacman -s ArcoLinux XFCE, and then git is now installed. Scal, Super-Shift-R, reload, quit. Well, let's see first this one. So I guess we need to kill Thunar. Thunar is dead. -Q. Super-Shift Enter, right mouse click, there you go, open terminal here. So I've got myself a file manager, a terminal. With a right mouse click, I want to clone something. I will do git clone and then Ctrl-Shift-V. No, Ctrl-Shift-V, enough. Git clone was already there. So I want to build this thing, ALCI def. Basically start reading all of it, and at some point in time you decide to actually run it. So 40 is the one you want to run. Let's go and have a look at all the messages we get. We see here, it tells us, which button was it again? That's it. Okay, getting bigger and bigger. Let's kill this guy. So, Arch ISO was not found. Of course not. It's not standard on ArcoLinux. So that's the required version. You need to install it. It's installed. Here it is, Arch ISO. So that's taken care of with some scripts. Arch ISO is installed. Here it says so. Arch ISO has been installed, and it keeps on working. And then we see here a message. Copy home Eric ALC build. No such file or directory. Go check ALCI dev out. Copy stat, moving the package list from one place to another. No, first things first. Here are no usable package repositories configured. So that's the first thing it throws at us, but there is more. This is the first error it throws at us, and this is the first error it throws at us. So you need to figure out, oh, look, Pacman D is talking about Celtic mirror list, and Celtic mirror list is not available. So let's have a look at the procedure. We use Arch ISO, check, it's already on my machine. Choose whatever you want, there is even more at this point in time. Install the keys in the mirror list. I need to install things here, okay. Change pacman.conf, extra stuff, change package list, and build the ISO, test the ISO. And here is everything explained in a video. Other builds and install videos. So I need to install my keys. Fine. Then I guess we should start reading. Maybe let's put it number 3 here. And we go to the one we downloaded is this one, right? That's the build, that's the dev out, and that's the dev. So here we start reading, read MD. I have Sublime Text, Super F, full screen. So it says you can activate more sources besides ArcoLinux, ArcoLinux, Celtic, and so on. And you can initiate things, Celtic keys, Arch ISO. If you plan to use ArcoLinux packages, you need to have this and that. If you plan, you have to do this. So install these 2 packages on your system if you want to have them, Celtic mirror list and Celtic keyring. Now, since we have our keyring in because of the ASI, we have ArcoLinux. This is ArcoLinux, but we do have already, you can even type update because we have already the bash RC from ArcoLinux. So these guys are in here. So basically a PseudoPacman. So first go to arcolinux.info all the way down, ASA, install this. You have this exact thing afterwards after you click the get the keys and get the mirrors. You got exactly the same thing I have. Type update, you got it. Well, type update, not really. That's the bash RC. So PseudoPacman -SYYU. You've got your databases in, and now you can continue if you got the database of ArcoLinux. So there's the keyring. Let's say no, and with K, there are a few K things in here, but keyring is the one I need. Keyring is accepted. Next thing around is PseudoPacman -S, the ArcoLinux mirror list. Like so, mirror list git. Now I know where ArcoLinux packages are. And next thing around is, well, actually the last bit was already there, but I'm just going over the motions now. Celtic maybe. This Celtic is not installed. I think it depends. Control Alt E. nothing happens. That's the tweak tool, not installed. So with the tweak tool comes this one in, -s, chaotic. Keyring, that's in. And there's also the mirror list. So we know where it is. Who is it? Where is it? And that's everything I need to complete the maximum of what's available. Go get them from ArcoLinux, go get them chaotics, go get them from ArcoLinux, and you can add more mirrors if you want to. So in here, you decide to where it is, where is that, and from who it is. Then we change the pacman.conf. If you want to add extra repositories, you need to change them. So let's have a look at pacman.conf, the one we're trying to change. You can keep on reading here as well. So the mirror lists, links, GitHub. Okay. We have the ALCI repo as well. Okay. And more information after installation and so on and so on. Okay. Control Z and super Q. So I'm still, it seems, on QWERTY in that thing there. So I've Wonderlands, that's why. Then when we launch this thing, when we try to build this thing, it's going to take a look at this thing. It's going to take a look at pacman.conf. And let's have a look. Let's go to Perl. Perl all the way down. What do we get? We get the local repository that I'm not using. So get rid of it. You're not using it, you don't have it. Although, what am I saying? That's not the local repository. That's the local repository. So we're telling him that the packages from ALC repo can be used, that the ArcoLinux repo can be used. And at the bottom, we decide whether we want to use chaotic, yes or no. Okay, so that's, did I now change something? Because it says here I should save it. I don't think I've changed anything, and I will see if that's correct by quitting this thing. Super F first, and then close without saving. Okay, let's just quit this thing. Try to run this again. So we go for one level up. What did we now change? We added some keys, mirrors. 40. It's building. $372 packages is actually nothing, really, but it's a lot, right? So a lot of things that will be downloaded and will be installed, and lots of Xorg and XFC stuff, because that particular GitHub ends up with an XFC. There are others with Mate and so on. Now, I've done this in the past, so you get an ISO in the VirtualBox machine, and then you need to move it. Moving it is done either by sharing, and you can set in here in settings to share a folder. But I've learned another way, and that's going to the machine and go to File Manager. And then log in, make sure you know the login of the machine, and you can log in with your username, password, and then create a session. And then you'll see the guest, right? This is the guest, and that's the host. And I often put this in the home, Eric, on my desktop. So I immediately see, oh yeah, I got it. It's there. You see? So whatever ISO comes out, I'll tell him to move it from the right to the left. Close. Super F. And it's creating an ISO on this machine. So that's the way how to do it. There are some things that will be strange, some errors that might think that are wrong, but depends. There was a mention somewhere about the Pacman init in here. So you go for control find init, and here you see add the ArcoLinux keys and ArcoLinux mirrors to the packages, add the ArcoLinux line in Arch ISO in the Pacman init service, yes or no. So there's some more information there. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, so systemd, system, and here we have the data. Now this is okay. The code that stands here actually says whatever is in the folder for the keys, get it. So if ArcoLinux is there, it will get it. If Chaotix is there, it will get it, and for sure it will get the ArcoLinux, ArcoLinux. So that's okay. That's taken care of. You can always navigate to the ALCI build and have a look what's going on. This is your future system, and have a look and see, okay, where are the key rings again? That's something we don't really need that often. I believe there's a trick for it again, some kind of thing you can type. Pacman, I don't know, some key combo where you see actually the overview of all the options. I believe I could try and find it on the, no, I should stay here. I'm gonna stay in the virtual machine. That was what I wanted to do in here. I would try to ArcoLinux.com, would look there, or just ArcoLinux, and then Pacman, everything you want to know, or something like that. Okay, everything you need to know about Pacman, and then you see the code I'm looking for. So different kind of things. One of the advantages of ZSH, if you type S and then tap, you get what's possible as a next letter. And here we'll find it somewhere, what I'm looking for again. And that's the fun, right? If we start forgetting, then we start writing it down. And that's this, write it down. That's the file I want. Suf. Oh, I try to remember myself. Think about the car. SUV, right? Think about the car. So Pacman minus SUV is the thing we want to know. Pacman minus SUV is gonna show us that the databases are kept here, the cache is kept here, the hooks directory is there, log file is there, GPG directory is there. And I was looking for the databases, I think, right? Or the keys? No. var lib Pacman. Okay, var lib Pacman. So var the library of Pacman. Enter. Local. No, not what I was looking for. The cache, not what I'm looking for too. So it's not what I'm looking for, it's something else still that's not in the list. Too bad. There was a way to know it, but it's not this what I wanted to know. So it's not in the code as I thought. But take a look at the possibilities Pacman gives you, because there's a lot of info that you can get. Here's the group, the content of the group of the XFC4 goodies. Nice list. What's in there when you type XFC4 goodies? That. Et voilà. Enfin. Tant pis. They say in French, tant pis. Control Z and keep out of it, Eric. So more information if you want it. It's all about reading some more. We haven't changed anything. We just kept the packages file as it is, I think. We didn't change anything. We just got keys in and the mirrors in. Some tips. Cleaning your cache. Here it gets technical. Network manager. Keyboard. Belgian. All right. So a lot of info, and I have typed again something. It's a super Q. My letters are not still not okay. And there we have it. We have ourselves an ISO. Where is it? It's gonna be in Eric. It's gonna be out here. That's the package list. That's the ISO. What's on there? This is on there. We end up with 750 packages. Okay, so getting this thing out, maybe I can show you that as well. I hope it works, I don't know. So file, machine, and then file manager, and login as Eric, create session. So maybe I should do something more. And one of the things that comes to my mind is the VirtualBox activated. Is it installed even, VirtualBox, right? Let's kill a few things. This one can go, that one can go. This one can be bigger. So here you see the ISO is out. Sudo. Let's try to remove it then. Minus remove VirtualBox. No vir. There is no vir. Okay. Fine. Virtual what? VirtualBox host modules arch. Host. No. Guest. Guest. We're a guest. VirtualBox guest. And then there's a nightly build, the Nox, or the normal build of the utils. I made a typo. Yep, I did. So just don't type, use tab, and this doesn't happen. And enter. So now I have something to activate. Sudo system ctl enable. Now please, VirtualBox. Is it a V? Yeah, VBox service. Enter. So hopefully don't need to reboot, and otherwise we'll do that. File manager, Eric, create session. Yep, we got a reboot. Close. I hope that's the reason. I don't know. Trial and error. That's how we learn. Reboot. Thank you. It's not like I do this often. Just in videos, basically. Machine, file manager. And then we have the home, Eric. Let's go to desktop. And where is it delivered? In home Eric, in the folder ALCI dev out. And these two guys need to go to the other side. And that's it. And the files get out of your virtual machine and come on to your host. So if we go into here and then open up the desktop, we'll see our thing that we've created. So there you go. That's how I would go about installing ArcoLinux, well, ALCI on an ArcoLinux. It's all about trial and error and keep trying and messing with code, but a lot of reading, because everything is already documented on alci.online. It's a matter of figuring everything out. All right, enjoy.